thank you so much for joining me today for the League of Goddesses Spotlight interview. I am so excited to get to know you better and to have the chance to introduce you to the ladies of the League.
Well, I'm so happy to be here. I can't tell you. It's been fun so far.
Oh, I love it. And I love the interactions that we get to have with you. I feel like I've known you for a while. And so I'm really excited to have my first chance to really get to speak with you one-on-one. It's going to be a blast, I promise. So my first question is, do you have any nicknames? And if so, what are they?
My original nickname was Little One, which I think I stopped being called once I grew up. But in my family, I'm the shortest, and so I'm called the Little One. And my nickname now is Jelly. I have a bunch of little boys that think I'm the Jelly Queen from the Sega game.
Oh.
So they call and leave me messages all the time and say, "Hey, Jelly." Oh. So everybody just sort of teases me and just calls me Jelly.
I love it. That's a cute nickname. Okay, so when is your birthday?
I am a spring baby. My birthday is in March.
Oh, well, happy belated.
First day of spring. So
yeah. Oh, nice. March 20th, right?
It goes back and forth, you know, but it's usually that it's the 20. My birthday is the 22nd, but some days it's the first day of spring, but right around that time. So.
Gotcha. Beautiful. And what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is turquoise.
I love it.
So, yeah.
Lovely. I feel like turquoise is such a Texas girl thing. We all, and I know it's not, but we do all love it.
Yeah, it's just crazy. My house is very Chinese and has lots of black and red in it, but the jelly shop is actually all turquoise. So.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so then tell me, are you a coffee girl or a tea girl?
I am a tea girl.
All the time? Do you ever drink coffee?
I do, maybe once a month.
Wow.
But mostly it's just tea.
Just tea. What is your favorite tea?
My absolute favorite is Earl Grey. But the jelly shop is just now starting to serve tea. So we're kind of expanding our tea selections, and we're coming up with a new tea every quarter. So. Oh
my goodness. I love that. And I have a question for you regarding that, but I'll get there. So my next question is, what city and state do you live in?
I live in Dallas, Texas. Big hair and all. And I'm just getting ready to move to Melissa. We in June we're moving out to the country. So I'll be in Melissa starting then.
Wonderful. Melissa is a sweet little place to live. We lived there for a little bit, and then we have a farm out in Anna. And I absolutely love going out there on the weekends.
Yes.
It is so peaceful, but it is growing like crazy.
Yeah. A lot of construction. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of construction. Well, congratulations on your move. I'm sure you'll be happy out there. It's super peaceful. So, okay, my next question is, are you a book, podcast, or blog type of girl?
I am a book girl.
Me too. Okay, and if you've watched any of my interviews, you know my next question, do you smell them?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
I was like a closet smeller. Like nobody would do this. It's crazy. And now I realize all women do it that like books. Like literally, yeah, I met one girl.
And I like to feel the paper. So yes. The paper is a really big thing for me. So
I agree with you. Okay, so you're a book girl. If that is the case, if you were stranded on an island for the rest of your life and you could only have one book, which would it be?
Oh, golly. It would have to be something by Dr. Joe.
Oh, yes.
Just anything by him, I think, is something that you can read over and over again. So, yeah, I think it would have to be by him.
One of his. I just find it so intriguing that you know him, and I love his books, and I love what he teaches. And there's so many women in the league that do too. It's just a phenomenal, like, how the universe brings you together, you know?
Well, I have lots of funny Dr. Joe stories. Like, he's the first man who ever got me drunk.
Oh, no.
Okay. And I don't drink. So the first time I ever drank was when I was 50, and he brought me wine for my 50th birthday. So I have lots of funny stories about things that we've done together. So.
Wow. How did you guys meet?
I was the executive director for a women's nonprofit called Gather the Women. Oh. And I invited him and some other speakers to come to Dallas. and I was just being brave. I decided that I needed to know him, and I just sent a letter and said, I'd like for you to come. And that's how we met, just from being brave.
And he just came.
Yeah. And he just came. Yeah. And we just, I don't know, you just click with some people, and it's just kind of like, I have done it all my life and kind of gone, oh my gosh, I need to know this person.
Yeah.
And, just write him a letter and say, I just felt that I needed to know you, and can you come and speak? And that's just kind of how I do it.
Wow. How beautiful.
So all of the speakers that, and inspirational, teachers that I have met have all just been because I wrote a letter and said, I just need to know you. So.
How awesome. I have to tell you, you shared one time on the league a prayer that I don't know if Dr. Joe gave it to you specifically or you heard it in one of his teachings, but the surprise prayer. Right?
Yes.
I say that every morning now.
It's like the best prayer.
I know, and because I love surprises. I'm just like, I don't care what they are, just anything. And it's funny how when you say that prayer, they happen. And I write them down in my journal. I'm like, because I want to remember that feeling of like, wow, how beautiful is life and how lucky are we? And
it's amazing to me that you never get over being surprised when you say it.
Yeah.
It's like and I say it and then just sort of forget, and then go about my day. And then when it happens, it's just like, oh my God. 20 years later, this is still a surprise. How can you be surprised every day? It's a great prayer. So
yeah, I love it. So I have to thank you for that, because when I saw it, I was like, wow, what a beautiful way to start your day. And so thank you for sharing that one. That one made a big impact in my life, and I really enjoy it. Okay, I have to tell you this. The girls have reminded me that these interviews are supposed to be 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'll go faster.
Girl, it's not you, it's me. I'm like, these are like girl time for me, and I just have so much fun doing them. And I'll keep talking and talking with you, and then it's like, oh, I forgot. And then they end up being an hour. So let me get back to my question. My next question for you is there any book that you're reading right now that you just absolutely love and has you on fire and you'd like to share?
It is a book called 100 Daffodils by Rebecca Wynn. Nice. She is actually a jelly partner, and it's up for a Pulitzer. It is a book of her memoirs that are sort of written in these little short stories. And she just is so lovely. You should interview her just because just hearing her voice and sort of hearing some of her stories is just kind of amazing. So it's called 100 Daffodils.
Oh, nice. And then this kind of leads into my next question, which is, can you tell us a little bit about your business? And I would love to hear how she's involved in it.
My business is called the Jelly Queens. We are a farm-to-table organic preservation company. And so we do everything from pickles to ketchup to jelly and jam, you name it. If a farmer drops it off, we create a recipe around it. And it was started because I got kicked off Master Chef with Gordon Ramsay, and he said, just go home and start a jelly company. And that was 10 years ago. So I completely changed everything about my life and my career and came home and started a jelly company.
And do you absolutely love it?
Yes, it is the most fun I ever had working really hard.
Wow.
Because it's physically demanding, and I have really developed some serious muscles doing this. I mean, like, it's physically demanding, and it's a lot of fun. We're just getting ready to open a little store on the square in McKinney. It's opening next week. And everything we do is handmade, and it's all organic.
Wow. Okay. When you open, I am coming. I'm just like, I have been excited for this since you posted it on the league, and I cannot wait. And then when we have our next live event, how fun would it be to have your stuff there? I'm like, oh, that would be lovely. Maybe at one of to serve with lunch or breakfast or something. I think that would be so fun. So
we just won our 26th award.
Wow.
So we are within the culinary community. We're pretty well known. So we have we have awards regionally, nationally, and internationally. So
Wow, how awesome. I have to tell you, I have made jelly, but just like fun on the side. I had bakeries before I was in construction. And so anything
cool.
like that, I had 3 in Fort Worth. And so anything like this just lights my heart up and I love it. However, for me, I realized after making hundreds of thousands of cupcakes that I wasn't going to hit my monetary goals doing that. And it was more of a hobby than a business for me. However, whenever it comes to baking or preserving or cooking for people, it just brings me so much joy. So to hear your stories, I love it. And then of course I get to eat it. So
well, then you kind of understand where we are, because I would like for the company to be more financially successful. And I don't know that I'm this great businesswoman. I know that what I make is really good, but I'm not so sure I'm a great businesswoman. So it's really interesting that that's what you have done.
Yeah. And you know what? I am more than happy to share any tips and tricks. I think I really, truly loved baking. To me, baking is more of a science than cooking is more of an art.
Right.
And right. So I enjoyed the excellence that I could create in baking, plus I could maximize my creativity. So I had 130 flavors, 3 stores, a food truck. It was a lot.
Oh my God.
But whenever it came down to it, I was just like, you know what, I learned a lot here and I knew when I needed to move on. But that doesn't mean I've learned so much more now. Then I had 20 to 23 employees-ish. Now we have 100, and there's so much growth and knowledge that I've gained and better ways to do things. So I'm super happy to share anything if that's ever something that you want.
Yeah, that is because jelly making is chemistry. It's just pure chemistry.
Yes.
So we're not cooking. We're actually, scientifically creating things.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thrilling part of it. So.
And it has to be perfect. And then use your creativity to make all these different flavors. And oh my God, I feel like a day with you, I would have so much fun.
And I never know what the farmers are going to drop off. So we have 400 different recipes, because one day I might get Brussels sprouts and have to turn them into pickles, or we just never know. So it's a very up and down sort of crazy kind of business. So
how fun. Oh my God. I'm going to stop by as soon as you're open. Like literally I'll come to your opening event. I'm so excited. Okay. So now tell me, what is your bliss? What is it that just lights you up?
It's not job related. That's okay. I'm sure. Okay. I am really a wild brainstormer. I mean, like in my circle of friends, it's like if somebody needs an idea expanded, it doesn't matter what field it's in. If you tell me what your concept is, I just kind of explode. So I'm very solution oriented in that. So it's kind of just answering weird questions. So
you like the puzzle. Yes. That makes sense to me. Can you tell me now, why did you join the League of Goddesses?
I think I'm probably your oldest person.
I don't know.
I think I'm probably the oldest one from what I can see. But I think it's really important to have a good group of women who are trying to accomplish things, a good network of them. And it's not serious on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. It just seemed like it was a group that was goal oriented and trying to help each other and boost each other up. And I just love that.
Oh, that makes me happy to hear. That is definitely what we're trying to do. And it makes me so happy to watch the women join together, help each other, learn from each other, and grow. It's my bliss. So beautiful. I'm glad that you're there. Can you tell me, what do you hope to attain from this community?
I think my answer is going to be kind of an older person's answer too. It's like, I just want to be able to pass things on, from a legacy sort of perspective. It's like, okay, I've been through all of these different things and I've had all of these different experiences and all of these businesses, and I don't have daughters. Okay. And I'm in the process of creating the jelly company. I'm actually a little isolated because I work really hard kind of by myself all day long. That's one of the reasons why I think the League is important, because it gives you this group of friends, right? Yeah. But for me, I want to be able to pass something on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I love that. And that is, I think, one of the best parts about the league is we each have a different genius, but we all need each other's genius. We go further, faster when we have each other. And so I'm so happy to hear that you want to share and give that way. You kind of answered my next question, which was, what do you have that you would like to give to the league? And it sounds like.
And for me, those two questions are kind of the same thing. I would love the idea of anybody who wants to be able to expand what they're doing, because I'm kind of a creative savant. It's just like my brain I will not turn off until I give you all the ideas. Like 2 days later, I'll still be thinking about your idea. And I think I just download, the idea. Yeah. And so those are kind of the same thing. Just to be able to, to give is
you're an expander.
Yeah.
An expander and a problem solver. Ooh, I like it. I think that's phenomenal. And as you were saying it, all I could think of is we have, do you read the Gazette that we write?
Yes. Yeah.
You do? Okay, good. So we're announcing WOW Dialogues, which is, have you heard of TED Talks?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be the league's version of that. But I feel like your gift could be so helpful to other women to learn how to expand their ideas. And you've been doing it so well for so long. I feel like you would be an amazing person to talk on that. So maybe we talk about that offline, so this doesn't turn into an hour. But I feel like your genius is doing that and expanding those ideas. There's no way you have 400 recipes and are able to just come up with stuff when they drop it off without that gift. So what a lovely thing to have. Can you tell me now, who is important in your life?
Outside of my family or starting with my family?
Whoever you want to share.
Well, I think that my family comes first, but a really big reason why we're moving to McKinney and Melissa is to be sort of closing the ranks on a community that we can actually affect. And so my husband and my cats and, my mom and my brothers and sisters, but just having a community that I can serve and communicate with and play with is kind of a really big thing for me.
That's nice. And I feel like McKinney is the perfect spot for that. It has enough people, but it's quaint and sweet and just there's a lot going on there. So it feels like it would be a good move. Dallas you can get lost in Dallas.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
I agree with that. Okay, so this next question I really enjoy because you can take it two ways. The question is, what dream have you made come true? And it could be a dream of your own or maybe a dream of someone else's that you helped cultivate.
Oh my. Well, the Jelly Queens are kind of like an unusual dream. I never thought that that's what I would actually do. But after, I was voted as one of the best cooks in America. So
crazy.
Actually turning it into a real company is a dream come true. And getting my first award was like, these are all little manifestations, right? So you sort of put it out and see if anything, comes back. But my whole life in general is very interesting in the process of manifestation. So I think I have a lot of dreams that have come true. And my answer for when my husband calls, and the phone tells you who it is, instead of saying my husband's name, it actually says your dreams are calling.
Oh.
So he's a dream that's come true.
Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful. So many of them. Nice. Can you tell me, Donna, what does your heart desire most at this time?
What is, say that.
What does your heart desire most at this time?
What does my heart desire most of the time? I think probably adventure.
Ooh, I like it. And you've been on quite a few adventures.
I've been on, yes. And what's really interesting is until the Jelly Queens, all of my answers, in dreams and everything, always related to, as long as I'm having a good adventure, I really don't mind the monetary side of things. So the Jelly Queens are kind of the first thing I've ever done where I've gone, now I need to conquer this being monetarily successful. So my adventure, Yeah.
Adventures are fun. And I feel like whenever you embark on one, you're going to expand if you allow yourself to. Because there's an adventure is just new stuff usually. And so you have that opportunity to grow, right?
So that's why we're moving. Yeah. I told my husband in January, I need a new adventure. We're moving. And that's kind of how that started.
And did he go right along with it?
Oh, yes. His saying is, all I do is hang on to my hat and let her take me where she wants to go.
Oh, so sweet. So sweet. Okay, so now tell me, if you were not Donna and you were speaking about Donna to a girlfriend, how would you describe her?
Feisty.
Feisty. I like it. What else would you say?
I think probably just creative, feisty and creative. I'm pretty brave. You know, that's where the adventure part comes in. And so just, yeah, adventurous, feisty, and brave. So
those are perfect. Okay, so now tell me, what vision do you have for humanity?
My hashtag is there's only time for kindness. And so the message that I think that we try to put out as a company and as an individual is what are the lessons in kindness that we can participate in, and how we can treat each other in a kinder fashion. So
I like that. Does this vision for humanity affect your decision-making processes? And if so, can you tell us how?
It affects my decision-making processes by making assessments as to whether someone's interaction with me or my employees is kind.
Yes. And
whether we want to continue a relationship with that entity and whatever it is. So it affects what we do every day. We sort of veer away from situations as quickly as we can make that assessment that someone is not operating, not just ethically, but kindly, with compassion. And, you know, so yeah, it affects everything we do.
That makes a lot of sense. Can you tell me how you've implemented actions into your business to help create this vision of kindness in the world?
The biggest thing that we've done is we created a second kitchen out at Bonton Farms. Are you familiar with Bonton?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I just learned about them like literally last week. And I was so thrilled. I'm like, this is exciting. This guy is awesome.
So we built a preservation kitchen on the farm. Wow. And we have been teaching the girls from that community how to preserve. And so the goods that you buy there are actually things that we have either made or that we've taught someone to make so that they have a way to create an income. So our give back in the larger community is, you know, the things that we do with Bonton Farms, which is woman to woman, you know, creating a way that we're teaching younger women a very old art and science. And a way that they can create a product that they can make a living from, which we think is very kind. So.
Yeah. Wow. How cool. It's such a small world. I love that. I literally got told about this farm last week, and one of my friends went there to visit it and just see about produce and making connections. And I was like, this is lovely. And you would never guess, it's just right around the corner. And then they have, obviously they have the farm in Dallas, but then they have another farm is what my friend was telling me.
Yes, they have 40 acres about 20 minutes outside of Dallas.
Yeah. How cool. Oh my gosh.
So our preserving kitchen is in one of the little buildings that's right behind the restaurant.
Wow. How cool. And what a great way to give back. That makes me so happy to hear. Okay. So we're at our last question. And this is also one of my favorites. If you had just one piece of advice that you could share with the ladies of the league that you got from maybe a mentor or someone just happened to share it with you and it really changed your perspective, what would that be?
That every thought you think, every word you speak, and every action you take is a prayer. Because the divine is always listening.
Oh, I love it. So beautiful. I always feel like when I read your stuff, I was going to say talk to you, but I haven't ever talked to you until now. But when I read your things, I always feel like they're very deep and impactful like that. and just a kind reminder of basically what you just said, which I agree with, and I know that so many of the women of the league do too. So thank you for sharing your time with us this afternoon. I can't wait to share this with everyone. And please, please, please keep me updated on when your store opens and when the next time the ladies are in for our tea time event. I think it would be so fun to take a trip down there. Like maybe we do
do an actual tea for them. So
do what?
We could do an actual tea for them.
Oh my God.
We're gonna be
real tea time.
Yeah, we're gonna be like a little tea room. So we'll have biscuits and scones and jelly and jam and clotted cream and, all those kinds of.
That would be beautiful. I love the idea. So please let me know when you're ready and we will make that happen.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. I hope you have a lovely afternoon. Chat with you soon.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.